I'm Hilda Orishaba. I work as a crop scientist at KAZIRE Health Products Limited, and I hold Masters of Science in Agriculture from South Africa. These are our pineapples, and we've planted different varieties. We have Smooth Cayenne, we have Queen, we have Red Spanish, and Abacus. But on this farm, Abacus occupies about 98% of the crop. Why did we decide to choose that variety and is the one that is dominating among the rest? Abacus is resistant to pests and diseases. It has a lot of bricks, high bricks, and the total solids are very high, and it has a much good flavor. Its flavor is sweeter than the rest. In fact, it is the sweetest. The crop is propagated by suckers. The planting material was collected from our mother garden. The planting materials were put under shade so that the suckers could form the colors, and a fungicide chemical was prepared, and that was done to avoid any contamination or any soil-borne diseases that could have come from the mother plant. At planting, the suckers are dipped in the fungicide and planted immediately. And at planting, farmyard manure was used to quicken up the establishment process. Still at planting, the sheaths or the leaves are removed from the sucker so that the roots are exposed to quicken root establishment so that the plant can quickly pick up. Planting is usually done at the onset of rains, and immediately the crop is mulched. Pineapple is a slow grower, and if it is left to stand alone without any mulches around, weeds are going to outcompete with the crop for nutrients, for space, air, and other conditions that are required for crop growth. Our pineapples are intercropped with oranges because by the time our oranges have developed a bigger canopy, our pineapples will have already given us enough yield. And if this pineapple is well maintained, your crop can stand for about 7 years, and you can remove the ratoon crop. If you still want to go with your crop, you can do replanting. Other activities done on the farm, specifically for this crop, is pruning. Abacus pineapple puts on a lot of suckers, and if you leave them to get crowded on one plant, there's going to be competition for nutrients, for water, for aeration, and all that. So each plant is left with one sucker. This sucker is the one that becomes your crop for the next season. It's the one that is going to give you the next fruit. So these suckers are removed, and apparently we are expanding on our plots. These suckers are used to establish other plots, as well as giving them out to our contract farmers. And our contract farmers are also trained on how they can maintain this crop until maturity. Apparently, pineapples are a hardy crop, and they can perform still without irrigation. In case of any dry spell, they can perform very well, and still you can attain your yield. However, pineapples, apparently we've observed that our pineapples are affected by mealybugs. However, we are controlling them organically. Mealybugs are carried by vectors, or an insect that carries a pathogen to your crop. So apparently we are trying to destroy the mounds. Another thing, we've observed that they are affected by wilt. But how do we control it? We try to uproot the diseased plants and destroy them. If your crop is well managed, it can attain maturity at about 1.5 years to 2 years. And harvesting is usually done with a knife. A knife is slowly held, and the pineapple is held and cut and put in the crate, and the crate is loaded. How do you know that your pineapple is ready for maturity? You can look at color change. When you look at the base of the pineapple, you can see it is slightly changing to yellow. You can know it's ready for maturity. And another indicator is the stalk. When you try to look at the base of the pineapple, you find the stem has some lines. It is showing you the signs of wilting. Then you can know that your pineapple is ready for harvesting. Apparently, our yield is increasing as the pineapple also goes with time. And we harvest our pineapple per week, especially on Fridays. And we are harvesting, on average, we harvest around 6,000 heads. That can give you about 15 tons per month. And pineapple is a perennial crop. You do not harvest it once and you uproot. So yes, there are off-peak seasons and also the seasons. You find during the seasons, the pineapples are very much. Then during the off-season, the pineapples, the yield is very low. But what you do is, during your season or during the peaks, when you harvest your pineapples, we take them to the processing unit and do juice extraction, and the extract is kept in the cold room and used when the yields are very low. That is when the season is off.